Hi, my name is Ian Malnick, founder of the I Am Movement, and I'm here with...
Lexi Romsberg.
When we're growing up, we go through different challenges in life. We face roadblocks, some more severe, and we're just here to talk about and address a topic straight on. Lexi, what do you want to address today?
Basically, the number one thing that I think is really influential right now, since we're all at home and don't have that much to do besides school or jobs, and we're just always on our phones and everything, I feel like social media really needs to be addressed at this time, because I feel like it's so negative, but it also can be very positive as well.
Yeah. So, what side do you want to address first?
I say let's just get the negative out of the way first.
Let's go.
So, obviously with social media, there are a lot of different aspects and factors that go into it, like different sub-branches and everything.
Yeah.
So, Ian, I feel like there is these so many open and broad factors and aspects of social media. It would be really difficult for us to talk about all of them and touch
Really?
on all of the individual pieces that go into it. But I really want to dive into how, for me personally, how it is for social media and how I feel like people can, combat what it is to, have social media accounts and to just put down the phone for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, when did you start with, social media? Did your parents right away want or allow you to when you were, in the beginning?
Yeah, they never were really big, trying to keep me off of it or anything. I started having an old little flip phone, slide phone in elementary school, and then because my dad lives a little bit far away, so it was just nice communication to have with him and my grandparents and mom and everything, and friends as well that had them. And then I just kept having those little phones throughout middle school. Then I got an Android, and then and then I got made fun of for it, but not actually, just haha, you're an Android. But I just have to put out there, that thing was a beast. I dropped it in the snow for 3 weeks and it still worked. It was a beast. But anyway, then I got the iPhone. It was just easier to communicate with friends and everything. And yeah, so I had that in, I want to say 7th or 8th grade.
So that's when you started with Instagram?
Yeah, I started with Snapchat mostly.
Okay.
And I had an old Instagram. I didn't use it at all, not that much. It was very rare accounts. It wasn't a big thing or anything.
Yeah.
And then there's Visco too, which is I want to say more of a girly app, but it's not at all actually. There's a very wide. It depends on the type of Visco you're looking at, what kind of perspective you're looking from. So scratch the girly part. It's really not at all. But yeah, that was to later in high school. But Instagram and Snapchat were the biggest ones.
So how has that those social medias accounts, how have they affected you in your growth as a person?
I would say that in a positive way, that on Snapchat memories, I get the 1 year ago, 2 years ago, all these old memories that I completely forgot about, and I always look back and I'm wow, that is so amazing, that I documented that at that time. What was I thinking in that moment? And then it's just kind of that sense of a nice memory that you're looking back on, and I really enjoyed that. And I would say that's the most positive thing, and being able to communicate with my friends and family and share funny things with each other, because we need that sense of humor now, of course, and that communication and everything. And it's really quick too, which helps. Very quick communication, and those are all very positive things. But some of the negative things I would say is I'm on it too long. If I go to look up notes I took pictures of or something on my phone, I catch myself 10 minutes later I'm on Snapchat or Instagram scrolling through, or getting caught in a funny video, and then clickbait goes from there, and I'm going here, 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 and here, and then just all bounces.
This mind path where it's I totally understand that. I mean, I've also been stuck with different accounts on social media. Sometimes it happens where you start by just texting your parents back, and all of a sudden you get this notification your best friend just posted a post, and come check it out, give it a like, give it a comment.
Yes,
and
yes. When it's like at so and so hasn't posted in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go check it out, or like stuff like that.
Yeah. And Lexi, tell me, what would you say to someone right now who's, I mean, they're going through maybe a rough patch where they just stay on social media for a while, they maybe want to get off of it and try to explore, but like it's just like it's tough when to just go out into the world when you see this ideal place on social media.
Yeah. I feel like at times it can be like kind of like not like sort of kind of like a motivation, but stick with me here. So so like when you see like a cool, like I know for me on my Instagram, like when you have like you can have different saved like portions.
Yeah.
I have like a places to go, like a travel one, and I have like thousands of these like videos and like pictures and everything of all these cool places like tropics or up in like the mountains and everything. And I'm a huge travel person and huge advocate for it, and I think very passionate about that.
Yeah.
So I think that's also like an amazing thing. I feel like that's a positive thing. You're feeding yourself, like giving yourself like endorphins almost, like just making yourself happier. It's kind of like the way you look at it. And so if I were to tell somebody like what they would do if they want to get off, because I know a lot of people that like, I feel like we all at some point like at our lives are like, what if I just didn't have social media? Like, what if I didn't have it? What would I be doing right now at 10:30 at night? What would I be doing if I was with my friends? How many more memories could we make if we didn't have phones and stuff like that? But so my advice to people would be just without hesitation, don't think about the repercussions, don't think about any type of like, oh, like what if my friend doesn't text me? What if someone like wants to reach out? Like, no, scratch that. Because you know that there's been a lot of other nights where people might have not have texted you and you're just like on there aimlessly. So I would say without hesitation, just delete it. Just delete it. You don't have to delete your account. Just delete the icon from sitting on your little screen. Just get that off for the night from like 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Start off small or start off for like a few hours. I know I do that all the time. I will reach out to the people that I like talk to the most. I'll be like, hey, I'm taking a personal day. If you want to like contact me, just call me because I'm not going to be on my phone today. And when I did that, when I do that, I just get so much done. I get so much done. I get a sense of what life would be like without social media. I go out and do more. I want to like cook when I usually like am lazy to.
Yeah.
I want to like go and clean my room and make it organized and everything. I want to go like to the mall by myself or something. Like I feel like people can't be alone these days. Like they don't want to be like by themselves. Maybe they're scared to like just feel like pressured by society to always be with friends. But no, I feel like in order for like self growth, you need to be happy with who you are.
That's actually really wise. I hope that people out there watching this get some kind of information to help them about how social media will shape their lives. So Lexi, tell me, was there ever a time in your life where you second guessed like posting something, or you've received some negative comments about like something you have posted?
On a social media aspect, I have never like had somebody comment something like actually like very rude, like that, like they meant it. They'll be like funny ones, like I know they're kidding, but I've never had that, which I'm very like thankful for.
Yeah.
But I've also seen like and heard like in person, like I will hear people talk like we are right now, like actually physically in person, talk about like, why did she post that? And it's like, or like, why did he post that? Like, that's weird. But yeah, I just feel like that's just so unnecessary, and like that's just not like called for. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's very like low of somebody to do that. Like, where are you in your life where you feel like you need to go and like disrupt somebody else's like that. Like
Exactly.
with the whole second guessing though, I sometimes I'm like, oh, like, do I look good enough? Like, will people like this? And like, so everything you put out there can be traced back to you. And I know a lot of people don't really think about that because it might not happen to somebody that you know or in your close knit of friends or a family member, but like people halfway across the world. But it does happen, and I feel like that should always be like dinging in the back of your head, like this certain picture or video does not have to be put out in the internet. You are not being forced to post that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really powerful. I mean, I'm currently trying to play division or soccer in college, and while the coaches are scouting, they also look at social media accounts. So, all the same, when we post, like Lexi said, be confident with what you post, but at the same time, remember, it'll always be there. It'll be etched in the internet forever, and it will be always able to be retrieved. So Lexi, now that we've covered the topic of like what your advice to someone who's going through social media might want to log off. Now, for someone who is maybe having some self-doubts about like a post, or going through a time where they don't want to face any negative comments, but at the same time they want to be a part of a community that's growing like throughout social media.
I feel like we just need to embrace that there's always going to be negative comments. There's always going to be somebody who wants to like barge in on your parade and just like say something negative. But you do also have to know that that person that is being negative is probably going through something on their own, and like they might not know any different because they are behind this little dinky device and they feel like they have power that way. But like the real power comes from how you like, not how you retaliate, but how you deal with that. How, if you're going to like stoop to that person's level, or if you're going to be like, okay, I can just delete that, nobody's gonna see it. Like, that's literally, you have the power. If somebody comments something negative, literally swipe delete, and then they're gonna be like, why did they delete my comment, blah blah blah. And also there's a block button. You literally have so much power over your social media account, where yes, I know everything you post or comment will be out there forever, but you have so much power on your phone. Like, I know, like we talked about everything being traced and everything, but you are the person, like, we shouldn't be afraid of that. You have control. You have controlled what you want to put out there about yourself.
Yeah. And
I feel like if we start from there and just realize, no, you don't have to like cyber argue with people. You just back away from that and be like, that's not what I want to deal with. That is not what level I want to go to in my life. Another thing that I want to add is to reach out, like research, like go ask questions that aren't being asked. Go out and be curious. Like I said, if you have that thing that pops in your head, ask questions, be curious, go out and find that information.
Thanks for coming out today, Lexi. I mean, I personally learned so much about like how social media affects people's lives. I am on social media as well, and I've faced some of those like times too where I couldn't get off my phone, and I couldn't focus sometimes, and deleting it for just even like an hour helped me get so much work done, and so much done with like just sometimes just laying there and or sitting there and just reading a book or thinking about just life.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ian, for having me today. It's been such an like illuminating experience, and like caused me to like remember some of those things that I have been like, all those like pieces of advice too. So thank you very much.
And remember, I am strong.